Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Ken.
And we've been married for 6 months.
And we are the Stokes.
And we're here to show you
how to love.
Yeah. See how we met. Me and Ken met on the radio. Back in the day, I had a show called Michael and Joy in the Morning. And you were actually a guest on the show.
I was. I need you listen.
He was a guest on the show.
I need you to be serious about this love right now. They need to know how serious this love is. Let these folk know how you met your dream man.
So he was a guest on the show. At the time, you were promoting an album. And yes. He was promoting an album. And after the show, we always do these photos and, you know, these funny face photos of me and Michael and all the guests. Mm-hmm. And then we do them individually. And so I asked him for his phone number so that I could send him the photo.
Let's stay there for a minute. What did you do?
I asked you for your phone number.
There we go. Remember that. Remember that.
Right. So I asked him for his phone number so that I can send him the photos. And then about a week later, you started calling me. I'm just joking.
Okay. All right.
I'm just joking. He didn't start calling me, but I sent you the photos. And then he came back on the show to do...
A year later.
No. You did Straight from the Source.
Oh, yeah, that was probably a
right, okay.
Gotcha.
Is this my version or you like, what are we doing here?
You know,
you like just kind of jumping in?
I'm just trying to keep you in the room.
Okay, all right. Well,
you know how you get on that side?
Swerving off.
You know how that thing when you're on the side? Yeah, that's what you kind of doing.
No. So actually, you added stuff that's like messing the timeline up. Okay, so I sent her the photos. Okay. He came back on the radio about maybe like a month or so later to do something called Straight from the Source, which was more of a one-on-one in-depth video. Mm-hmm. And I think at this point, maybe me and you every once in a while might have been talk on telephone, maybe. Just like checking it.
Kind of cute.
I know, ain't it?
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, I think that at this point we might have just been like, hey, how you been? What you been up to or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so he came on. And then Michael, afterwards, it was the morning time, Michael said, hey, why don't we all go grab something to eat? And so we were like, all right, cool. And then Michael never showed up. And so it was me and Ken at the White House eating breakfast. And so that's essentially how we met.
That's exactly how we met. So let's go back.
I was going to ask any addendums.
So let's go back. Now, this is the part we always have a little misunderstanding.
Okay.
She said it herself. I took his number.
Mm-hmm. I actually said I asked you for your number.
She got my number to send me some pictures that I didn't even need. Mm-hmm. Cool. I saw what was happening.
Okay.
So she sent me the pictures. Cool. Thank you, Joy. And then after that, she'll send a, hey, how you doing? I was just speaking. I was just like, well, this little Chinese girl don't get on somewhere. But, you know, we kicked it. We cool. Now, I came back a year later. After the Straight from the Source, I came back whole year later, in January again. Mm. Now, the Straight for the Source now, let me tell you this. So she did the interview with me. And she just playing with her hair. Her hair was long at this time. Every time she talked to me, she'd just throw her hair. And I'm sitting there like, well, somebody don't get that good.
First off, you were not even paying attention to me playing with my hair till we went back and watched the video. Like, after we got together, you were like, oh, look at you playing in your hair. You are so funny.
You were choosing, though.
Oh, okay.
About, boy, you wanted that macaroni. But anyway.
I did, Tony.
So a year later, I come back and do a show again, and we kick it. We friends. We were kicking it. We were cool, man. We were really cool. And
started going to the gym together.
I said, man, listen, you're a star, but you got to get that body right. Mm-hmm. I said, you got to get the full package. You got to get out here and kill these girls. You got to let them know you're a champ. That's how I used to talk to her from the day I met her.
Yes.
And she used to say, "Stop! I'm not ready for all of that. I don't want that. Just leave me alone. Just let me do it in my own time."
First off, I did not sound like.
And you be like, "Man, listen, man, you're a star. You can't play number 2 to nobody. You're a champ. Stop. Just give me a minute."
I was working on some things, and I wasn't ready.
But from day one, when I walked through that door, the first time I ever laid eyes on her, I said, "This girl here is a superstar."
I prepared for myself, I think would be a better answer, because I had actually said to Elam and to my mom, what if I don't ever get married? You know, maybe I'm not ready for marriage. And it was so funny because I was actually on the phone with Elam when I cried because I said, maybe I'm the reason why my relationships haven't been working. Maybe I've been sabotaging them.
You probably
and so I actually started with therapy August before me and you started talking again.
Really?
And started reading a whole lot and just going through the process of.
Because you did have a bunch of girl books over there when I came on.
Which was
girl,
essentially
you don't need
what
no
you were
man
doing the whole. No, first off, you didn't see a book that said, "Girl, you didn't need no man," because my parents were together till my dad passed away, so I already knew how important marriage was, and I also knew. What are you doing?
Because that's cool. This is a great point. This needs to be told. So, one of the reasons I decided to one thing happened that made me say, she might be the one. So I went to go pick her from this. I know it, but I just want to tell you the story because you just said that. This is very important. People need to know this,
Jose, reel it in.
Listen, I go into this event. She don't even know I'm there. I'm coming to pick her because she got a broke leg and she all messed up. So I come in to pick her up. And the girl on the mic is old woman's event. A bunch of women there. Well, single women don't need no man. You know, that kind of energy. And the girl on the mic say, "Yeah, girl, we in here doing our thing. We don't need no man. We can do our thing." And out of nowhere, I just heard her little voice yell, "Girl, I need my man. I don't know what y'all talking about." And she said that not even knowing I was there. I say, "All right, shorty." Right, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
So going back to what I had been doing, I started therapy. I started working on myself. I was reading a lot. I was journaling a lot. And I was really trying to figure out what was it about me that possibly was sabotaging the relationships that I had been in. And what was it about me that needed to be worked on?
You just waiting on me.
So what was it about me that needed to be worked on so that when my husband presented himself, I would be able to actually see him for who he was and not think that he was just some random dude.
So how did I prepare for you? I was in a situation. And in that situation, I was realizing what I didn't want and what I absolutely couldn't deal with, and what my non-negotiables were. But more importantly, I realized not what I had to offer, but what I didn't have. So then I figured it was more important to focus on what I ain't shit at, to focus on what I'm great at. So what I'm saying is, once I realized what I needed, not what I wanted, at that point I was able to get out my way and pay attention to the important pieces of you. You see what I'm saying? Because since I've known you, I thought you were cool. The friendship part, all the cool stuff. But as we started talking and really kicking it this time around, I was just like, damn, I ain't got none of that. I need some of that. I was like, yeah, I was like, damn, I need some of that. I ain't really got that. And this may sound selfish, It may sound savage,
Okay.
but I'm being very honest. When I was picking my wife, I was really putting a perfect 10 together. I'm being serious. I'm serious. So in picking what worked for me, when I picked you, I said, ooh, she will make me the man. I will be like a superhero with her. If she got that power, that power, that power, if I could put that with me, I would be the man.
Gotcha.
But see, it sounds crazy, but that's the reality of what people should do.
Fill the gaps.
Yeah. Because the thing is, you're trying to find a person that makes the best you, right?
Right. Makes you.
We
Twice. Did. Yeah, we did.
We went twice.
How long did you do it for?
Probably about 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe 3.
I didn't learn anything then. I didn't learn anything until we ran into our first real problem. Mm-hmm. When we ran into our first real issue, I realized how important the counseling is. Mm-hmm. So when we ran into our first issue, I said, wow, marriage does not work without a third party. And I respected it then, you know what I mean? But in the beginning, I felt like, hey, man, I love you. You love me. We strong enough. We can do this. This ain't nothing. Hey, we don't need nobody to tell us how to love. And girl, I love you. You're pretty, girl. And I'm going to be there for you. And I'm going to do everything.
What is that?
But I'm saying that's what I thought.
That's what you thought.
I'm a man. I got this. What I look like looking at let another man tell me what I need to do in my house. He don't know me. I'm a man.
Right.
But that first incident, I was like, oh, I need somebody.
Help! You threw out your buoy.
We need somebody.
Yeah.
And that was a real experience. That was a very honest moment for me. Mm-hmm. Realizing that you can only control what you can control. And a lot of times you get caught up in your feelings, your emotions, your beliefs, your thoughts, your understandings are limited when it comes to who you love.
Right.
If that makes any sense. Because it's a whole nother side that you're going to miss that you need somebody to.
The outside looking in. Yeah. Because your feelings are so caught up in it. Yeah. I think that what I learned is that we should have finished. We should have continued to go to counseling, which we've had a conversation about as far as going back. Mm-hmm.
Actually, we need to do it once a month for the rest of our marriage.
Exactly. Because that's the other thing too, is that
it's like a tune-up.
Yeah, but if we work on it every day, then we don't necessarily need to question what we have going on, because it's always a continual conversation. And so because I knew that we did. Okay. I knew that because of the counseling and how much I learned in counseling on my own.
Gotcha.
About myself, that I knew that we're merging two lives, that you were brought up one way, I was brought up a different way. Mm-hmm. And we're not going to always see eye to eye, but we know that the love is strong enough that whatever it is, the end goal is still white roses and the Stokes. So that was one of the reasons why I know that we need to go back, and it needs to be a continuous thing.
So I got this thing I do. Well, when she gets on my nerves.
I get on your nerves?
Listen, just 20% of the day.
That's good. That's good.
80%.
That's good numbers.
You the best thing smoking.
Perfect.
So the 20. When she get on my nerves, first thing I do is I look at her and I say, this is your wife. I say, this is your wife. And no matter what mood I'm in, if I'm on the phone doing business, if I'm coming in the house with an attitude, soon as I see her, the first thing I say is, Ken, this is your wife. And it just changes everything about my mood and the way I deal with her and the way I talk to her. Because I don't deal with my wife the way I deal with the world. And that's just an exercise for me that I've figured out, that works for me. You know what I mean? Like, she'll say something. I mean, because she has a very snappy little mouth, and sometimes she can forget who she's talking to in that moment. And I'm like, baby, you're talking to your husband. And she's like, I know it. I'm sorry. I mean, so we've got this thing where it works for me. So, and here's the funny part. This is why and you can record this and you keep this and remember I said this. This is why I know this marriage is going to work. This is why I know we're going to be together forever. The only way I'll leave this marriage is in the casket. And this is why I know. No matter what we go through, no matter how heated it gets, there's never a moment where I feel like she doesn't love me and wants to be with me. You know what I mean?
I think that the way that I'm able to get through the tough times is I know that it's never that tough. I know that at the end of the day, whatever we're going through, even though in the moment it seems like it's horrible, I know that we're going to figure it out. And I think that one of the things that we've done a good job at is, our communication is amazing. So we talk about it, whatever it is. Sometimes we, and I don't even want to say we talk too much about it, because I think that at the end of the day, we need to be able to talk through the emotions, talk through the logic of whatever the situation is, so that we understand what it is that we did wrong, so that we don't end up doing it again. Right. I think that one of the things I'm good at is taking accountability for when I mess up, and apologizing and, and working on trying to be, the best wife that I can be to you. Absolutely. And, so I know that the hard times are going to come, and, I feel like we're both built for them. So in that, we just do what we have to do as far as communicating our feelings.
So here's the funny part. Now, before her, I wasn't with church. I wasn't about church. I was, I was totally against the church.
The whole institution.
The institution of church. But when I got serious about her, she was in her healing process in church, and just, that was a big thing for her. So the funny part, this is the funny part, is I didn't want to interrupt her healing. I didn't want to interrupt her process. So once I started going, it was just like, I said, you know what? If I'm going to be with her, I have to be with her within her space. Now, the funny part is, once I got in her space, I realized that the man that I wasn't going to be good enough for the woman she was becoming. So with that, I said, hey, let me look into this. Let me take this a little more serious. And to be honest with you, I started to actually get something out of it. And I became a fan of the Lord. So it worked. It actually worked out. Because and I think that's the cool part is I didn't just knock it and say, hey, that's your thing. No matter how I felt about it, I was willing to make it our thing because it was her thing. And I think that's part of loving somebody. And, it doesn't have to always be your way. Mm-hmm. And in that compromise, in that compromission, you don't like that one? Okay. Mm-hmm. In that compromise,
it's okay.
I can't make up these words.
West side.
So in this compromise, I actually found something that's working for me as well. Mm-hmm. That's all I got.
Well, I knew it was necessary for me to find a man that had spirituality because in my life it's very, very important. You know, um, I was raised in church. You know, my grandfather was a pastor. My mom grew up Catholic, ended up becoming Christian,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
we were in church all the time. And I raised Brenton, in church. And so I knew that I was going to need a man that was able to submit to somebody outside of himself. And because as much as women say we want to run everything or whatever, I honestly believe that if a man presented himself and he was submitted to God, then the woman would be able to submit to that man. And I saw it in my household. And so I knew that it was something that was going to be vital in my life. And so I didn't want to kill your process because I knew that you were baby steps, but I was all in.
Absolutely.
And so it was actually really, really sweet because I was at church and you were allegedly at the gym. And it was funny because you knew the time and where I went and the time and when I would get there. And then all of a sudden this one lady, she tapped me on the shoulder. She was just like, "Excuse me, your boyfriend's back there." And it was the very first time you had come to church. And
that was good.
and yeah, it was a very, very sweet moment for me because I didn't force you into your spirituality. It was already there. You just needed to go through the process on your own.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that now we go to church together. Our marriage counselors were Apostle Brian and Patrice Meadows, who are our pastor. And and the other beautiful thing that I love about it is that you have submitted to our pastor.
Absolutely.
And you have somebody that you can communicate with and that you can talk to and that can not necessarily lead you because you're your own man, but can give you some different perspectives.
Absolutely.
So that you have some different ways of thinking about things. So spirituality to me was very important.
One thing I never said to you, I never brought it up. But that time, this one I was like, damn, well, this is a cool wife that I have. So one day we went to church and I didn't like what was going on in church. So I got up and left. I left church in the middle of church and left her there. Told her I'll be back to pick her up. She never, ever, ever said anything about it. She never asked me why. She never said anything about it. And I brought it up. That's the only reason she talked about it. I was like, and she was just like, "Babe, I know you still trying to figure it out." I was like, "Damn, I came up."
You did. But I did too.
You did.
You did.
I think everybody is different. I don't ever need my wife to leave me alone. You crazy. I'm just being honest. I didn't get married to be left alone. I could have been single to be left alone. I married exactly what I wanted because I knew what I needed. And what I needed was a best friend, a partner. My whole thing was if we could sit on the couch and the power could go off for 4 days and we could enjoy each other with no television, no nothing, no, going to create this atmosphere to enjoy each other, then that's what I wanted. So I come home to be bothered, this is just me. I'm not saying this for everybody. Me and my wife are so cool that I have an issue when she's not bothering me. Like when she does leave me alone, I'm like, hey.
What are you doing?
What we doing? I'm home. Like I literally can't wait to finish up my day to get home. That's the best part of my day on my way home.
You get misty over there?
Mm-mm. No, because I already know that. I know this. I mean, but I think at the end of the day, any woman wants to hear that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't think that I wouldn't expect to want to get married to be left alone either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the principle in which he was saying. He was basically saying that men aren't needy. You know what I mean? I think that's what he's saying. So once you sexed me, fed me, and overall you respect me, then I could be in my space and you could do whatever you want to do or whatever, So I understand it. But again, you could be single doing that. You know what I mean? Like, so I definitely, I'd love to hear him say it because we do enjoy each other's company. I mean, we are best
really
friends. I'm mad he's going out of town tomorrow without
this is really, 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 really my partner. Like, and that's the only way I could ever see myself being married. I never saw, baby, you got my food ready, or be bothered when I want to be bothered. I never saw that. I always saw a woman that I could do everything in the world with and totally enjoy it all day long. There was not set times for her, or there was not a certain space for her. Like, she was everywhere in my life. You know what I mean? That's what I had to have. Because at the end of the day, I love people. I kick it with people. But it's a certain part of me that I don't open up to people that I want to release. And I can do that with my wife. So it's certain conversations that I need to have and want understanding and want to share that I only share with my wife. You know what I mean? So it's like, and once again, this ain't for everybody. Everybody has their thing. For me, I don't need to be away from my wife at all.
Baby, you okay?
And
so no, I need you to expound on that because that's actually very, very deep.
Okay.
So, gosh, I need you to break that down because, that's
what part of that does that mean?
So the whole thing is, so when I tell you to check on your man, never assume that he's okay. When we walk out that door every morning, we deal with so much throughout the day. Our responsibilities and our headache, it's a lot. It's a lot. We're concerned about making sure the house is okay, make sure you're okay. We have everybody in the house on our agenda. Like, we're last. So when we walk out the house, we're never dealing with ourselves. We're never thinking about ourselves. We're dealing with everything else in front of us. And we deal with a lot. And a lot of times we come up short. And we get into these funks where we're not able to deliver the way we feel like we should deliver and the way we know we're capable of delivering. So a lot of times we get hard on ourselves because we're not delivering the way. Because all men create this picture in their head of what they want this family to be and what they want to be to the family. Mm-hmm. And if we come home not measuring up to that picture for the day, we're like, it ain't even got nothing to do with y'all. We feel like we have failed. You know what I mean?
Invalidated.
So that's what I mean by just check on your man. Like, just check on him, make sure you're okay. Talk to him like, hey, baby, you good? Like, just, don't let too many days go by when you don't check on your man because you never know what he's dealing with. And don't assume because he's such a strong man that he's okay. Mm-hmm. Give it to him. So baby, what would you tell?
Why are you asking the question?
Because I'm here. So we're now 6 months of marriage. What have you learned?
And I'm glad you highlighted that because for newlyweds, give newlyweds, instead of just going way down to the 30-year-old, give the newlyweds, you know what I'm saying, some parting words of advice to think about. First 6 months?
6 months.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. So out of 6 months of marriage, what have you learned? What would you be able to tell someone? Women.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would say to women that if you want your husband to change, you need to be the change that you want him to be. One of the things that I've noticed is that, and we talked about it, you know, a lot of women don't want to take accountability, but, you know, in the relationship, it's two people. You know, he's working hard and you're working hard. And, you know, a lot of the things that you want him to do, you know, you think that nagging is going to get him to do it. And that's not necessarily what it is. One of my mentors said that she used to ask her husband to take the trash out every morning. Or take the trash out. Mm-hmm. And he would do it whenever he wanted to. And so she was like, oh, I'm going to fix you. So she put her lingerie on, and they have a really, really long driveway. And so she started taking it. She put her lingerie on, and she went outside, you know, the garage, and started like getting the trash. And mm-hmm. her husband was like, hey, what you doing? Where you going? And she said, well, I'm going to go take the trash out. And he said, from that point on, no questions asked. Trash was taken out the night before because all he could see is his prized possession doing something that he knew he should be doing, and everybody else seeing it as well too, you know. And so for me, what I've noticed, and you know, I'm reading The Power of a Praying Wife. It says if you want him to be different, work on you first. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we want to, you know, change them. We want to tell them, oh, you're not doing this right, and blah, blah, blah. Or again, nagging, when in all actuality, if you're always constantly working on yourself, then he's going to see the change. I didn't have to ask him to go to church. I went to church. Absolutely. And he was like, okay, well, this is what we doing. So this is what we doing. This is what we're doing. And I would say the other thing is men want to feel wanted. You know, most women don't have to worry about men wanting them. You know, we typically know that they love us and that they want us and that they find us attractive and they find us sexy. But at the same time, they want to know that, you know, that you find them attractive and you find them sexy and they turn you on. And so, you know, sometimes we got to take the lead there. You know, and
so basically you're saying,
I think I said it.
Men shouldn't have to ask for sex all the time.
Yeah.
So women should initiate sex. If a man feels like he has to ask for sex in his own home, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, even though men do. You know, even though men do, right, you know, they don't. I think the point is that they don't want to, you know. But I also know that at the same time, women should be okay with themselves to the point where they can initiate it. Also, you know, because there are going to be times where, you know, we think that they're tired, but from what I've heard, men are never too tired for sex.
Always ready for action.
Always ready for action. Even if they're snoring.
Even if we're snoring.
Even if they're snoring, there is a part of them that is ready.
If we're snoring, don't be boring.
What are your parting words, man?
Yeah, so I think that those are the two. That's what I got. The two things I got
in my 6 months. What I would tell dudes, and I promise you this, I spend so much time cheering for my wife, building my wife up, and making sure that she's okay, and being her biggest cheerleader. Because I know for a fact that the better she feels about herself, the more she'll be willing to give me. So I put all my energy into her so she doesn't feel down. So I receive the benefits. I get all the benefits from her feeling great about herself. Mm-hmm. So I would tell guys, spend more time pouring into your wife. Spend more time developing that special thing that she has in her that she doesn't believe in, that you see. Make her know that she's number one. Make her understand. Make her feel how important she is to you. And I promise you, but she gonna open the floodgates. Of love. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about love.
The innuendos there.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's what I was saying.
Well, I guess it won't be boring.
Yeah.
And hopefully, we've taught you how to live.
Yeah, that's not even part.
I tried to get y'all to wait to the end.
I know. I'm just
Yeah. But you want to know what? We do have cutscenes, so that I definitely know that'll be whatever.
So can we do that? My name is Ken Stokes. My name is Joy Stokes. We are the Stokes.
So this is how it works, because Elon be messing up on it too. My name's Joy.
Okay.
You're Ken.
Okay.
We've been together. We've been married for 6 months.
Who said that? You? You sound better saying the 6 months.
Okay. And then you say we are the Stokes, and we are here to show you.
I'm Ken. We've been married 6 months, and we are the Stokes.
We are the Stokes, and we're here to show you how to love.
Who's gonna say we're here to show you how to love?
Well, hopefully we can say it together. We'll see.
Okay, let's sit back.
All right, here we go. Let's go, girl. Let's show this motherfucker, right? We built for this shit. This what we do, shout.
Yeah.
Let's go. Get it. Look at man. One take on these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Drink some more of that.
Let me sit back on this one.
Let's go. Whenever you're ready, shout. I'm just add water. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Joy.
And hi, I'm Ken. Okay. All right, come on.
It's about 10 minutes right here.
You don't want my,
okay.
I mean, but
So it's funny, every couple, because every couple takes a minute.
So if you don't want my professional voice, just say that.
Yes, baby, West Side.
Okay. We making each other laugh.
Right, West Side. Because the
go.
professional voice, they need that later.
Okay, let's get it.
Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Ken.
And we are the... No,
Say
6
what I'm
months.
saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Hold on, 6 months. We are the Stokes, and we're here to show you how to love.
Gotcha.
Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Ken.
And we've been married for 6 months.
And we are the Stokes.
And we're here to show you
how to love.
That might actually be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
We're getting one more.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Ken.
Oh my God. That's great. That was that was so funny.
Hey man, come on, man.
Like he was on some David Copperfield, like he was about to make the camera disappear.
Hey, shut! I was in it. I was lost in the sauce, baby. You know what I'm saying? It was showtime, go time.
Yeah, I know. You were definitely made for TV.
It was showtime, go time, baby. I'm sorry. I couldn't help you.
David Copperfield for real.
I thought something was about to appear.
I couldn't help it, son. I couldn't help it.
All right. Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Ken.
And we've been married for 6 months.
And we are the Stokes.
And we're here to show you
how to love.
Is that gonna work? Hold on, yeah. Hold on. Okay. I thought I had hit stop. I was about to do that. Oh, you want to do it one more time?
You want to do it one more time?
One more time, and let's give them some choice. Give them some options.
Give me some options.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Ken.
And we've been married for 6 months.
And we are the Stokes.
And we're here to show you
how to love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was it. Oh!
That's it, shouter. So we're now 6 months of marriage. What have you learned?
And I'm glad you highlighted that, because for newlyweds, give newlyweds, instead of just going way down to the 30-year-old, give the newlyweds, you know what I'm saying, some parting words of advice to think about. First 6 months?
6 months.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. So out of 6 months of marriage, what have you learned? What would you be able to tell someone? Women.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would say to women that if you want your husband to change, you need to be the change that you want him to be. One of the things that I've noticed is that, and we talked about it, a lot of women don't want to take accountability, but, in the relationship, it's two people. He's working hard and you're working hard. And, a lot of the things that you want him to do, you think that nagging is going to get him to do it. And that's not necessarily what it is. One of my mentors said that she used to ask her husband to take the trash out every morning, or take the trash out. Mm-hmm. And he would do it whenever he wanted to. And so she was like, oh, I'm going to fix you. So she put her lingerie on, and they have a really, really long driveway. And so she started taking it. She put her lingerie on, and she went outside, the garage, and started getting the trash. And mm-hmm. her husband was like, hey, what you doing? Where you going? And she said, well, I'm going to go take the trash out. And he said, from that point on, no questions asked. Trash was taken out the night before, because all he could see is his prized possession doing something that he knew he should be doing, and everybody else seeing it as well too, and so for me, what I've noticed, and I'm reading The Power of a Praying Wife, it says, if you want him to be different, work on you first. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we want to, change them. We want to tell them, oh, you're not doing this right, and blah, blah, blah. Or again, nagging, when in all actuality, if you're always constantly working on yourself, then he's going to see the change. I didn't have to ask him to go to church. I went to church. Absolutely. And he was like, okay, well, this is what we doing. So this is what we doing. This is what we're doing. And I would say the other thing is men want to feel wanted. Most women don't have to worry about men wanting them. We typically know that they love us, and that they want us, and that they find us attractive, and they find us sexy. But at the same time, they want to know that, that you find them attractive, and you find them sexy, and they turn you on. And so, sometimes we got to take the lead there, and
so basically you're saying,
I think I said it.
Men shouldn't have to ask for sex all the time.
Yeah.
So women should initiate sex. If a man feels like he has to ask for sex in his own home, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, even though men do. Even though men do, right. They don't. I think the point is that they don't want to, But I also know that at the same time, women should be okay with themselves to the point where they can initiate it also, because there are going to be times where, we think that they're tired, but from what I've heard, men are never too tired for sex.
Always ready for action.
Always ready for action. Even if they're snoring.
Even if we're snoring.
Even if they're snoring, there is a part of them that is ready.
If we're snoring, don't be boring.
What are your parting words, man?
Yeah, so I think that those are the two. That's what I got. The two things I got
in my 6 months. What I would tell dudes, and I promise you this, I spend so much time cheering for my wife, building my wife up, and making sure that she's okay, and being her biggest cheerleader. Because I know for a fact that the better she feels about herself, the more she'll be willing to give me. So I put all my energy into her so she doesn't feel down. So I receive the benefits. I get all the benefits from her feeling great about herself. Mm-hmm. So I would tell guys, spend more time pouring into your wife. Spend more time developing that special thing that she has in her that she doesn't believe in, that you see. Make her know that she's number one. Make her understand. Make her feel how important she is to you. And I promise you, but she gonna open the floodgates. Of love. I'm talking about love. I'm talking about love. Water. There you go.
Hi, I'm Joy.
And hi, I'm Ken. Okay. All right, come on.
It's
see,
about 10
see,
minutes right
see,
here.
You don't want
I
my,
already know.
okay.
I mean, but
So
I'm
it's
just
funny,
saying,
every
like,
couple, because you know every couple takes a minute.
So if you don't want my professional voice, just say that.
Yes, baby, West Side.
Okay. We making each other laugh.
Right, West
All
Side,
right,
West Side,
all right, let's go,
because
let's
the
go.
professional voice, they need that later.
They don't. Okay, let's get it.
Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Ken.
And we are
Say
6
what I'm
months.
saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Hold on, 6 months. We are the Stokes, and we're here to show you how to love.
Gotcha.
Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Ken.
And we've been married for 6 months.
And we are the Stokes.
And we're here to show you
How to love.
That might actually be cool.
Yeah. Okay.
We're getting one more.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Hi, I'm Joy.
And I'm Ken.
Oh my God. That's great. That's great. That was that was so funny.
Hey man, come on, man.
Like he was on some David Copperfield, like he was about to make the camera disappear.
Hey, shut! I was in it. I was lost in the sauce, baby. You know what I mean? It was showtime, go time.
Yeah, I know. You were definitely made for TV.
It was showtime, go time, baby. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
David Copperfield for real.
I thought something was about to appear.
I couldn't help it, son. I couldn't help it.
All right. Hi, I'm Joy.
Oh, baby, I do all the thinking for
Yeah,
you.
well, that's half the problem.
I do all the thinking for it, baby.
Hi, my name's Joy.
Hold on. I wasn't even ready for that. That's so don't go again.
I don't know how you do that. Hi, my name is Joy.
And hi, my name is Ken. And we are the Stokes.
Ma.
So as you're looking at that, how do you think? Okay, so obviously you guys got married or whatever. Congratulations.
Whatever.
Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Got married or whatever.
I'm trying to move into the question.
Right.
My bad. It's only
Excuse
this
me.
back
Yeah.
So how did you tear up a little bit?
I'm about to say,
It was what you were saying was so good.
Ah, what nigga funny shit.
Boy, right.
King, the love dog.
We know who we dealing
Yeah, I
with.
just put the love dog. My love.
The innuendos there.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that's what I was saying.
Well, I guess it won't be boring.
And hopefully, we've taught you how to live.
Yeah, that's not even
That's-
not even part of it.
I tried to get y'all to wait to the end.
I know, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just-
But